Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I welcome you all with open arms. I'm Aspie and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with Aspergers Syndrome and the like, as well as also giving you tips and tricks along the way of how to manage your everyday disorders, or shall I say your everyday conditions. I also talk about some words of encouragement just to enlighten your guys' day, hopefully to support you as many way I can to hopefully give you some clarity, understanding and support as best way as I can possible. So it has been brought to my attention right now, regardless of what's going on with me, that I've been doing my research right now on some other everyday topics besides these Beauty from Ashes channel, which I'm hoping to get back onto those topics shortly, but for now I want to get back into the ones of my Autism and Aspergers Help Central playlistings, basically, because as you know from my experience right now, living with it can be a struggle like any other mental health condition, but hopefully along the way we can learn from each other and we can take something away today of what I'm about to share with you all. Today, obviously, I want to share to you briefly about what Autism Spectrum disorder is, or ASD. You may have heard the term so many times that has been coincided with many medical professionals, obviously, and it has been interchanged a lot. And also, in saying that, I want to let you guys in onto how Aspergers Syndrome fits into this category for the diagnosis under this term. So in order for the day, let's begin this. As I said before, there are many definitions about what ASD is, or Autism Spectrum disorder, is all about, as well as hearing all this terminology. It has been moved around from place to place, and sometimes it has been misinterpreted and misunderstood by some clinical specialists. But in all saying that, though, in recent times that it has been changed, so I thought to you all basically to share this, what ASD and autism is as well, because obviously it needs to be a clearer understanding, because obviously there has been some misunderstandings, misgivings and whatnot, and there has been stereotyping kind of like behaviours amongst us, as well as many other mental health disorders that I have clearly shared with you all. So as I said, ASD and autism are both obviously a general term, which is a group of complex disorders that are characterized in varying degrees of characteristics, such as difficulties in social interaction with their peers, non-verbal and verbal communication, and repetitive behaviors. But bear in mind, as I said so many times before, if you've been watching from the very beginning, however, that I feel that every autistic is different on the autism scale, so they may show explicit signs of something that I've just shared, of these characteristic traits, be it, some of them may be able to socialise, some may not be, just depending on their wiring of their brain and how they are in their way of living. Okay, as we know, basically ASD, or Autism Spectrum disorder, can be associated with intellectual disabilities, however, which also entails difficulties in motor coordination, which is your movement, and attention difficulties, along with some physical health issues that can attribute this, such as gastrointestinal problems or disturbances, as well as basically just, maybe some sleep, so they may have some sleep problems. Just to bear in mind also, though, like with this in mind, they do range from complex disorders also for this autism spectrum disorder that stems from the development of our brain especially. So also just to bear in mind also, in May 2013, however, it has been suggested in the DSM-5 manual, which if you want to hear more about this, of what I've researched about this DSM-5 manual, since this is a manual for obviously statistical diagnosis of mental health disorders and that, please comment below and I'll give you the heads up of what it is and how it actually works and whatnot, so feel free to let me know. They have actually clearly stated that all autism disorders are now merged into the one diagnosis under the one umbrella for autism spectrum disorder, or ASD diagnosis. Also in this manual, however, they were recognised as distinct subtypes, basically, which includes autistic disorders, basically, such as your child's disintegrative disorder, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, or as it's abbreviated down to, PPD, NOS, and Aspergers Syndrome. So basically, what has been known for this, though, however, back in the day, you were either diagnosed as high functioning or low functioning autism, or another key word there is autistic. To me, it's kind of bizarre and strange all in one roll of emotion of how they basically, do all these diagnoses. Some people that is on the spectrum disorder, be it whatever it may be, may take to an offence of certain terms that has been, for them to be diagnosed, be it autistic, autism, and the like, and whatnot. But many people have their own likes to what they want to be called. Some want to be called autistics, some wants to be called auties, some just wants to be called, for people with Aspergers Syndrome like me, as I said, abbreviate it down to with Aspergers Syndrome, ASPie. There's no real key differences in and amongst it. It's just about people's preferences. Aspergers Syndrome, however, is real and exists like many other mental health disorders. However, just to bear in mind, there are specific diagnoses that needs to be entailed with it all, as I said before, of what needs to be done. Obviously, basically, with Aspergers Syndrome or Autism Spectrum disorder, as well as autism alone, however, they do show, children at the tender age of 3 to 4 years will tend to show signs of this. This is not common, however, for girls to have autism. It was briefly not thought to be as just an all-guy kind of disorder, but now, as it's coming into play after the 80s or 90s, as I shared briefly about the autistic spectrum for girls, and that I suggest to watch this, that it is now starting to become a bit more common for females to also actually get autism as well. Also, just to give me a heads up, also, as I said before, if you want to know more about the DSM-5 manual and the like of how it works, what it's all about and that and what it is, give me maybe the like for thumbs up for just letting me know, and this, just throw a thumbs up at me and we'll gladly walk this through. Basically, I've also, like I said, just to hopefully somewhere up on the cards will show about the autism in girls kind of video somewhere in this video, hopefully, so that you can obviously get a clearer understanding about that. But I'm going to hopefully do a more updated version about the autism and females updates at all for you all. Anyway, this ends briefly about what is Autism Spectrum disorder. Give me the like for thumbs up for support. Comment below if I've missed out anything, or just feel free to comment to say hi Aspie, so that you're engaging with me. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Like I said, hopefully I do it on the weekly or daily. Feel free to put the notification bell on if you have subscribed to my channel as well, so that you don't miss out on any updates when I do upload for certain things that may be of relevance to you. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends, or whoever it may be that you feel basically that needs to be done and done with. If you want to find out more about these topics that I'm about to share out, just remember the notification bell will be important, or just to give yourself, a further ado, just to know what's going on with me. So without further ado, guys, thanks for the support, thanks for watching, do what you love, lovely do. Till next time, Aspie signing out.